Recently, if you've been watching the news, the Swiss passed a referendum which effectively makes a ruling that if any future mosques are ever built, they won't be allowed to be built with a minaret. So, what's my opinion on this? What is the Muslim perspective on this issue? Now, for starters, a lot of people who support this vote, who support this referendum, who support the ruling, I see a similar message being said by these people. And they keep saying, you know what, since churches are not allowed in the Muslim world, since Christians aren't allowed to build churches in the Muslim world, then Muslims can't really complain about this. You know, you're not allowed to complain. And the day we see churches in the Muslim world, then we might not do things like this. Now, seriously, I mean, how ignorant are some people? I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just naive, and there are some incredibly ignorant people out there. Now, on the side of this video, I've provided a ton of links to churches across and in the Muslim world. So go indulge yourselves and educate yourselves. There are churches in the Muslim world. They are continuing to be built and they're not going anywhere. So please stop repeating that stupid, ignorant argument. It would be like me saying there are no white people in Africa. Yes, you see how stupid that sounds? All you have to do is go do a little research. It wouldn't be hard at all. But you know what? That's what we're dealing with, a bunch of ignorant people. So either way, that argument goes out the window. Now, I don't see this thing as a bad thing. Now, I know that might sound shocking, but I don't see this as a bad thing. You know why? Because across Europe, we see Islam being attacked, Muslims being not allowed to follow the religion. They're being told you can't wear a headscarf, you can't cover your face, in certain cases no halal, and in certain cases they're not allowed to build a mosque, they're not allowed to do the call to prayer, and when they want to build a mosque, the people are saying, you know what, we don't want it, so it gets rejected. In certain cases, Muslims are even being told you're not allowed to fast. And it goes on and on and on. And I don't see this as a bad thing, and I'll tell you why. The reason I don't see this as a bad thing is because step by step, the West is losing its high moral ground. Although they never had it in the first place, they think they do, but either way, they're starting to lose it. Because think about it. Westerners often like to come to Muslims and say, well, you don't allow churches in the Muslim world. We know that's false, but let's assume that they come to you and say, you don't allow us to practice our religion in the Muslim world. Well, if they come to you and say that, well, you could say, yeah, and? So what? I'm following what you're doing. What's the difference between me and you? Okay, sure. We're not allowing churches, but you're not allowing Muslims to build a mosque as how they see fit according to their own custom. You're telling Muslims that they should build a mosque like this, not like that. So Muslims can't even build a mosque as how they see fit. And in certain circumstances, Muslims aren't even allowed to build a mosque. They can't even wear what they want to wear according to their religion. So, okay, we're even now. So, don't come point fingers at me. Why are you complaining to me? I'm just doing what you're doing. And in some cases, I'm taking it a step further. So you see, it takes away their high moral ground. And that's amazing. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That means that they can no longer come point their ignorant finger at us. They can no longer come to us with this superiority complex as if they're so better than us and that they're the better example. You're no longer the example. You're the exact same thing as to what you complain about. Isn't that amazing? I think that is amazing. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Because it will make a few of them realize. It will make a few of them realize and say, hey, wait a minute. We keep saying these things about them, but yet these things are even true about us. Now, there's a problem with that. and you see, it will make a few of them open their eyes and come to the truth. Now, let's not kid ourselves. This is not about minarets. It's not about architecture. This is about Islam. Okay? First, they get rid of the minarets. Then they say, you know what, we don't like mosques in the first place. You know what, we don't like a group of Muslims coming together to worship to a religion that's foreign to us. So you know what, no more mosques. Then they will say, you know what, you pray in your house privately, but you know what, we don't even like your religion. Change this. Then they will say, you know what, we don't even like your holy book. We're banning it. We're banning your religion. It's a step-by-step process, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Geert Wilders, the Dutch politician, is already calling for the Quran to be banned. And he's getting power. And many people support him. And throughout Europe, as I said, Muslims can't wear the headscarf. They can't cover their face. They can't build a mosque. It's a process that we see going over and over again. So this all has to do with banning Islam. Now, I'm not being paranoid when I say that. I mean, all you have to do is go read the comments. And you can find these comments on YouTube, forums, the internet. You can find these comments of people saying, yes, ban Islam, ban this religion. In fact, they probably say it on this video. Many of the people who voted for this Swiss referendum, they're coming out saying, you know what, good, this is banning minarets, and now we're going to ban mosques, we're going to ban the entire religion. So that's what it is. Okay, it's not about minarets, it's about the religion itself. And everybody knows that. Now, I'm not worried about that. I know some people might say, well, that's something to be worried about. But I'm not worried about that because it's a little too late. You can ban mosques, ban minarets, ban our holy book, but you'll never get rid of Islam. You'll never get rid of our religion. You'll never get rid of it. It's too late. The truth is out there. The religion is growing. Many people are seeing the truth. So, you know what? It's too late. You're just, all these things you're doing are out of fear. But again, it's too late. You can't stop it. And then again, we even have the Muslim world. Okay? There's the Muslim world where the message continues to be alive and spread. So you can never outright ban Islam, no matter how hard you try. And this brings me to the next point. What should the Muslim response be? The Muslim response should be to be Muslim, to be calm, not to boycott the Swiss. No, I'm not even going to call for you to boycott the Swiss. In fact, go buy Swiss products. Go visit Switzerland. If you have investments, keep your investments. Don't attack them. Don't become violent like some lunatic or start making threats. No, none of that. The Muslim response should be simple. We should simply be Muslim. I mean, what is the best response to these people who want to ban our religion and things to do with our religion? The best response to them is not to boycott them. The best response is to practice our religion. Because they're trying to ban our religion, therefore our response should be to practice our religion. We should continue to spread the truth of Islam because that is the greatest response to them. They will watch us spread the truth. They will see their campaigns. They're trying to ban us, but then they will also see us spreading the truth. And that will make them very angry. And that is the greatest response that we could give to them. That is the greatest response. I mean, they can try to ban our mosques, ban the minarets, but here's the fundamental thing. They will never take Islam away from us, because they may take external things away from us, but Islam exists in our hearts, and they will never be able to take that away from us. You could take away the mosques, the books, the halal meat, all of that, but the faith, the religion stays alive in our hearts, and it will never stop us from spreading the truth. And you just got to look around you. Islam is growing. 1 in 5 people on this planet is a Muslim. Soon it will be 2, 3, 4. And all your campaigns will have failed. So the Muslim response should be simple, calm. Be a Muslim, spread the truth. Don't make threats. Don't go into boycotts. And that is the best response we could give.